Hey guys and gals, Malkuth 1974 back at you, another episode of our X4 Foundations tutorials. Today we're going to learn about trade licenses from all the separate factions. What is a trade license? It's something you can buy from all the major factions, even some of the minor ones, that allows you to have full coverage of every station that they own in their faction, and give you full, everything like sales. Basically, it does the same thing that would happen if you had a satellite coverage on a particular station, only you don't need the satellite coverage, you just need their license, and they give it all to you for free. So helps your auto traders and stuff figure that out. How do you get them? Well, first you need to go to a station that has a faction representative in it, and you can tell that by the little icon of a person with a crown over them. They're usually in wharfs or equipment docks or something like that of each faction, and each faction does have one. The Argon, all of them, Talati, they all have them. Okay, number two, you have to have at least plus 10 relations with them, and you have to have your first faction upgrade with them, meaning your rank upgrade with them. So you do have to have that to actually buy the license. So when you go to the station, you can walk into the station, let me just show you this quick. Go into the elevator, and you'll see the representative office for whoever it is. In this case, it's Argon, but you'll see that, and you just take the elevator to them. You walk up to them. You say, "Hey, man, how you doing?"
It's an honor to see you.
You go, "Show me your licenses," and now you have the option right here. They cost about 10 million credits. It's a lot of money. It's something you're not going to be able to do right in the beginning of the game. Obviously, that's why you have satellites, and that's why you do a lot of satellite coverage in the beginning of the game, and that's how you get your trade. So why do you have to have this? Should you buy it? That's the question. Well, it's really up to you, and I'm going to give you a couple examples of why you might want to buy it. Okay, I'm about 200 hours into my Let's Play right now, so I've already done the satellite coverage. The first 10, 15 hours, I've covered every of all of the stations, and I've had my trade network going for a while now. But what happens is that as time goes on in your universe or your galaxy, and as battles start and as pirates roam around, they destroy those satellites, and you start losing a lot of your coverage, and then you're obviously not getting the coverage you need. Now, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, if you don't have coverage of the satellites, your traders cannot automatically trade for you because they don't know what they're selling, what the price is, if they have stock or not, and that's important for them to know. That this is, again, it's only for traders, like auto traders. It's also important for you to know as a trader yourself, if you're doing manually trading and you have this little box up here that shows you everything that they want to buy, and then everywhere you can sell. So it's extremely important that you have coverage of all the satellites so you have the biggest picture that you can. So if you're losing your satellites and you don't feel like you want to go through that whole 10-hour ordeal again and start putting down satellites again to replace the losses that you're getting, then it's much easier for you, maybe not cheaper, but much easier for you to go to each faction and buy that trade license from them, and they will give you the trade license and they will update you on all that stuff automatically. You no longer need the satellites, and as long as you keep the faction your faction rep up with them, you'll have that license again. But if you lose the rep with them, you will lose the license, just like any other license you have with the faction. So that's how it works, and that's the reason why you'd want it. It's going to cost you, for every faction, it's going to cost you probably around $70 million to actually get all of them. Is it worth it? Obviously, because once you get a little bit later in your game and you're making $20 million to $40 million an hour anyway, what's the big deal? So it's definitely worth it because it's going to help you make more money to buy more ships, to do more stuff. Cool. All right, Malkuth out of here.